Hello, everybody. This is the Fairweather Podcast. It's your boy 2K Suave. I'm here with my boy A-Rod. My boy got the young Joker behind him. It's crazy that man is has accomplished so much, but the big Joker. Shout out to the big Joker.
Yeah, that boy got titties in my pick, man.
He got little man titties. It's okay.
He's chunky, man, but he's a humble guy. Shout outs to the Joker for winning the MVP.
Shout out to Triple H.
Shout out to Triple H showing up to Liberty City to ring the bell with
All of a sudden, he's Joel Embiid's biggest fan. What's up?
Yeah, is he even from Philadelphia or from Pennsylvania?
Triple H, I have no idea where he's from, but Joel Embiid was doing I got 2 words for you. And ever since then, Triple H just took that and ran with it. Yo, like if you look at the high rollers that go to 76ers games, we got Michael Rubin and Robert Kraft in the front row. Gucci may be showing up. Lil Baby was there the other night. Meek Mill's always there. We got some high rollers that's always showing up. Robert Kraft is the Eagles' like biggest fans. And he hangs out with Meek Mill and Michael Rubin. And now we got Triple H showing up. Dr. J rang the bell for game 2. We got some star-studded talent. We got our own Spike Lee.
I'm pretty sure Michael Rubin's partial owner of them too, as well, isn't he?
Michael, yeah, the owner of Fanatics. Well, one of the owners, majority owners of Fanatics. He's also one of the owners of the Philadelphia 76ers. So I've been following Michael Rubin for a while, trying to get rich like him. I slide in his DMs every now and then to see if he can give me like I'm like, bro, I pay a lot of money for all your stuff on Fanatics. So if you want to slide me like, some tickets or a job, I'll take it.
He's definitely a cool dude, embraced by a bunch of weird celebrities that you wouldn't expect to be in his entourage.
Because he's heavy on justice reform, criminal justice reform. Him and Robert Kraft have been heavy on that, so they rock with him.
He listens, which is another thing.
If a billionaire listens, that's all it takes.
Yeah, Meek name drops him in all of his songs too, so I appreciate it.
Because Meek is like that. We have Freeway at the games. We got Beanie Siegel. We got Cassidy.
Siegel ain't showing up to no games.
Listen, man, if they wanted to. No, but Freeway be there.
He'd be there.
Even though what we do is wrong.
Episode 25, though. We are on episode 25.
The 2-5.
So, shooting down the list of the topics we're going to be talking about today, Julio Jones is now signed with the team. We'll discuss his impact with that team. Is it going to change the lay of the land there from being an offensive-heavy running game, or is it going to shift more to a pass game? We're going to discuss that. We'll also give our 5, wide receiver core,
receiver core. There was like a little argument on social medias about the best 2 duos, but it ain't about the duos. It's about the whole core. So
yeah,
we're gonna break it down.
When we get to the Buccaneers, it's just a shit show there of players. So we'll get to those, and we'll discuss our top 5s. We'll get some honorable mentions, whatever you want. But we'll get to that. We'll discuss big man behind me eating his cheese doodles back there. We'll discuss that the big man is back and all the big men that have made some significantly big plays or big games in the playoffs,
which we predicted like months ago, by the way, about the big man being back.
Yeah,
whole discussion about it.
We'll discuss that. We'll break it down in round 2, and then we'll look at the new look playoffs. This is the first time since 2010 that Steph or LeBron aren't in the finals, and Andre Iguodala as well.
Oh, I didn't know about the Iggy one.
Yeah, so because he was with the Heat last year.
That's true. That's very true. But LeBron was there too.
So we'll discuss the new look playoffs, the 8 teams that are in it, how a lot of them are kind of novices in the playoffs and going deep, even to the finals and winning championships. We'll discuss that, and if there's going to be a new dynasty to take down the LeBron and Steph dynasties, could there be a new one coming, or they're just going to get a lot better and, wax them when they come back into the season next year. And then our fun segment, since Julio Jones has a new home, AJ Brown tried to gift him his number 11, but Julio said, you know what, you keep it. I'm going to switch to number 2. So we're going to give our all-time players that changed their numbers.
Don't forget about the GOAT 23-6.
Yeah, so
just saying. Just saying.
23-6 to 23-6 again.
Yeah, y'all gonna see something. Y'all gonna
So
see something.
we're just gonna give a list of our top players that changed their numbers and were, known that stick out to us, I guess. Is
funny ones, good ones,
Yeah, we're gonna have some fun with it. So, all right, let's kick things off. Julio Jones, no longer a Falcon. Sorry, Falcons fans.
Let me just say real quick. It's Quintorris Lopez Julio Jones. That's his full legal name. His real full legal name is Quintorris, by the way. But carry on.
More power to his mama. So, Mr. Jones, keeping up with the Jones, we don't have to really anymore. Now he's in Tennessee. We know where he's landed. And he's sitting in a perfect spot to, in my opinion, dominate that division in a team that's pretty stacked on offense and defense. So he won't have to suffer a defense giving up the game all the time. They'll be able to hang with other teams, and he's not going to just be a decoy like he was in Atlanta.
Decoy? There. He wasn't a decoy in Atlanta. He's the best receiver in football.
He just never got any touchdowns, so that kind of sucked. If you're a big name receiver,
I wouldn't say that. That's the worst word I've ever heard on Julio. I would never call him a decoy.
Yeah,
he only played 9 games last year.
Yeah, I mean,
keep in mind, he played 9 games last year. He had 771 yards and 3 touchdowns. Your boy, who's now a Jet, Corey Davis, played in 14 games and only had 200 more yards. So he played 5 more games and only got 200 more yards and 2 more touchdowns in those 5 games. So he's gonna help that offense not be. He wasn't a decoy in Atlanta. He's not gonna be decoy.
So first off, really quick, that's not my boy. Okay, we just signed him. So
that's your boy. You gotta support
my boy.
You're not gonna support your guy, bro. When y'all signed him, you was hooray and hoopla. Corey Davis, let's go.
I think you're overdoing this. I was okay with it, but I wasn't saying let's go buy this jersey quick. But what I said
it to you already.
What I'm trying to get at is I feel like Julio Jones, yes, he got his numbers, but his touchdown production wasn't there. And that's not his fault.
I wouldn't put him. He's the best receiver in football. I'm not gonna put that on him. At his old age,
even at his age, it's just the lack of in my opinion, it's coaching and not getting the right player in the end zone when you know he's gonna go over there and manhandle people in the end zone, no problem. So I don't think they're going to shy him away from that in Tennessee is what I'm getting at. But it's going to be a big bolster to their team. The offense has always been a run and ground and pound with the Dreadnought and Derrick Henry. They have a star growing receiver and a young A.J. Brown. Now you get to give him a guy he was campaigning for the entire time. And it's like a beautiful story. It's like a beautiful story. You get to see a guy wanting something and then actually listening and being like, yeah, that makes sense. Let's go do it. Let's just go get this guy. And Atlanta wanted in return a first round, but they got a second rounder out of it, right? They swapped like 6 rounders and a 4th or something. But
they did some under the deal, I won't tell about that picture you're in kind of thing.
Exactly. But predominantly they're getting a second rounder out of it. So they really didn't have to give up that much, in my opinion. Second rounder is a good pick to have, but you want your first rounders, second rounders. They're also enticing. So get rid of that and you get a star in Julio Jones for a couple more years.
Superstar.
Exactly. So, and I don't think Tennessee's never really had a superstar receiver, have they? Outside of Kevin Dyson.
Damn. Don't talk. don't say that name around Titans fans. Have they had a superstar receiver?
Nah, it's always been the running game.
Ooh, yeah. Eddie George is of the world running back. Chris Johnson running back.
Derrick Henry
running back. Yeah, I don't think. I might be missing somebody.
So does this Julio Jones signing, does this solidify them as the best team in
we're just gonna poo-poo on the Colts?
I'm not trying to poo-poo. I'm open up for discussion between you and I. Does this solidify them as the best team in the AFC North or no?
I can't poo-poo on the Colts. As bad as my last experience with Carson Wentz was, I can't just say that. Their team is built to win a Super Bowl with the right quarterback. Now, Carson Wentz may not be that quarterback, But if I'm comparing roster for roster, I mean, I'm just roster for roster. We'll just take the quarterback out of the equation. I'd much rather be on the Colts roster if I'm looking to win the Super Bowl than the Titans roster. And they were comparing Ryan Tannehill and Carson Wentz. Ryan Tannehill's gotten better, but I don't think he's, he's not that guy. He's a good quarterback. He's not an elite quarterback. Neither is Carson Wentz. Don't get me wrong, but I've seen Carson Wentz at his best, and I'm gonna say that if I'm comparing them two at their best, Ryan Tannehill benefits off the fact that that play action was just working good for him because he has Derrick Henry behind him, and Carson Wentz, he never had no damn Derrick Henry behind him. And at his best, I'm not saying right this second, at his best, I would take Carson at his best over Tannehill at his best. And Carson Wentz is going back to, again, this experiment might fail, but he's going back to the offense that created him, with the Frank Reich and all the boys over there. Like, this is the offense that he thrived in. So the RPO is going to be crazy. Jonathan Taylor, the running back, is going to be crazy. Marlon Mack is Go Bulls is coming back from injury. Their receiving core is not bad. Michael Pittman Jr. is about to get better. They got good tight ends. I just wouldn't say that I could sleep on the Colts. I think the Titans are good. I think they'll both win 10, 11 games next year, but I wouldn't say they're significantly better. Now, if we're comparing receivers between those two teams, AJ Brown and Julio Jones and Derrick Henry as the running back, we're comparing their weapons. I'll probably say their weapons are better than the Colts, but I think the Colts defense is better. The Colts offensive line is better. I couldn't say that there's a clear-cut favorite in that division. Houston, we don't know what's going to happen with Deshaun Watson. That's a whole mess over there regardless. And even if Deshaun Watson plays, that team is a mess. And then the Jags are they're about to get distracted by Tebow mania. And, Trevor Lawrence is a baby. He's not going to be bad, but he's still young. He'll have like a Justin Herbert kind of season where he wins. He'll win good games, but close games they might lose because they're not ready for that. Urban Meyer is going to try to put the ball in Tebow's hands at the wrong time, and it's going to be a whole conundrum. So, but no, it's between the Colts and the Titans. And as of this second, I might side with the Colts just a little bit more.
I think both teams are kind of carbon copies of each other in a way. They both have good defenses. They both have good offenses. I think the defenses match up in my opinion. The Colts do have a really good defense, so it's hard to like not side a little bit more with them. But if I had to pick one, I would pick the Colts defense. I would pick the Titans offense just because of the names that are there and the caliber years that they've been having repeatedly. And you went out and got arguably one of the probably 20 best receivers of all times in Julio Jones.
20.
Maybe top 10, I would even say.
20. He's definitely top 7.
I got to look at the numbers, man.
Randy.
Yeah, I don't want to sit here.
Gary, right. Okay.
I'm putting him in a good bracket there. Like
I'll say he's top 7.
I would put him in top 10 for sure.
Now you said top 20.
I just put it in a nice sample size there for people.
That's like saying
there's a lot of good receivers, man.
That's like saying Kobe Bryant is only top 20. Nah,
he's like the Dan Marino of wide receivers. So regardless, you went out and got a Julio Jones, who's a great caliber wide receiver. You have Derrick Henry, who's there. You have a budding AJ Brown, once again, like I said, who's coming into his shell of being a really good receiver. And everybody else is just plug and play there. You lost your tight end in Smith and Jontu Smith. So there's 3 big pieces there, but that's all I would think you would need out of them. The other guys can step up too.
Yeah, Jonnu Smith, I did forget about that.
But when you look at the youth that the Colts have is insane. They have 2 young running backs, actually 3, in Hines, Mack, and in Taylor. And then their entire receiving core minus T.Y. Hilton, who decided to stay one more year. And let's not forget T.Y. has been elite in the past. Like, don't forget, he was an elite receiver in the league for a while. He's just, getting older and different quarterbacks coming in, different receiving coaches, different offensive coaches. So it's different playbooks he's got to learn. But his presence is still there to teach these young guys, and Pascal and Pittman Jr., and Campbell. All these guys are young. They're going to flourish in that offense. So
We'll see, man.
I think the season
Because
I think the season's going to split. They'll get one on each side.
yeah, and that's besides the point. We're talking about who. If I had to pick a team to go deeper in the playoffs, I mean, like as better as the Titans receiving core has got, I don't know. There's always just something about them that just they don't blow me away. Like the Colts don't blow me away either,
but they win. But they win. Like they beat Bill Belichick, and homeboy sat back there like this.
No, I feel you. I mean, it's tough because it's literally, if you think about it, it's AJ Brown, Julio, who obviously does have injury concerns.
Mm-hmm.
So what if he doesn't even play all the games? Then it's just AJ Brown and Josh Reynolds from the Rams, and Derrick Henry is like, how much more can he put on his back? I mean, he just hit 2K. Like, damn, my man's is tired. He came from Alabama. You know how many miles he has on his body? So I don't know. I just feel like they're built to break down because Derrick Henry carries the rock too much, and he's too much of a bruiser. And Julio, they need to make sure he's just healthy in December. So it's just, I don't know. The coach just give me a little bit more.
So pause on that real quick. So my next question is, and you're getting into it. It's a run heavy offense that it's been circled around the dreadnought. Give the ball to the dreadnought. Let Derrick Henry get the yardage. You know, he starts off super slow, and then by the end of the season, he's got 2,000 rushing yards. He's going halfway through the season with 800 rushing yards. Then he's at 2,000. So now that Julio's there, AJ Brown is super excited. I feel like he's going to take a big leap. Do you think that we're going to see a shift in the offense? Do you think it's going to go more pass heavy? Do you think it's going to go more run still, or do you think it's going to get split evenly?
It's still going to be the same exact offense.
You think?
They're going to obviously look.
Because the reason
I say Corey Davis had.
Nope, don't talk about that, man.
I'm gonna still say it. In 14 games that he did play, he had 65 receptions and 984 yards. So, based on Julio's recent history, let's say he only plays 14 games, right?
Mm-hmm.
If he plays 14 games, he'll probably. I mean, they're still gonna throw the ball to AJ Brown a lot. I mean, he's like their home run hitter, but like Julio is leaps and bounds in a different category than Corey Davis. So I think his yards will mean more. His production on the field will mean more. But at the end of the day, their offense is built off of Derrick Henry. And if Derrick Henry has to get off the ground and still carry the ball 300 times a year and probably still have to run for 1,700 yards for the offense to, because Ryan Tannehill is not that kind of quarterback where he just drops down and just picks you apart. It's run, play action, quick pass, play action, run. Like, that's a lot of play action. So it's going to have to still be the same offense. I just think they'll get more from Julio than they were getting from Corey Davis. And they'll get more from AJ Brown because they're now, before you're looking at Corey Davis, like, okay, you know, we don't have to like double him or anything. But now, I mean, if Julio's healthy, you gotta think twice. Like, all right, maybe we need to pull the safety to this side a little bit more, so which is going to open up avenues for AJ Brown to be more successful. So there's a lot of different ways you can look at it, but it's not going to change like their offense altogether. Like, it's still going to be built on, we got to carry the rock, and then we'll build off of that. It's, you know, Titan football.
Yeah, I think it's gonna. I'm curious to see what Jonnu Smith's numbers were on the receiving side of stuff.
Jonnu Smith.
You could ask your boy. If you could ask your boy over there what his numbers were.
What was Jonnu Smith's 2020 stats? Oh, he had 41 receptions, 448 yards, 8 touchdowns.
He's a big red zone target for them. So
all those touchdowns will be split. Well, yeah, I mean, who's their tight end right now? Like, now that John was gone, I don't even know who the tight end is.
I couldn't even tell you. But looking at Tannehill's history, he's just been he's been shit on everywhere. Or not everywhere. He's only gone to 2 teams. But who's their tight end?
Anthony Fursker is their tight end.
That's the starter.
Outside of him, it's Jeff Swain, Jared Pinkey, Tommy Hudson. Look. The offense is AJ Brown, Julio Jones, and Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
And then Josh Reynolds will have like 2 really good games where, you pick him up on DraftKings the next week after, expecting the same results, and he doesn't produce the same results. But outside of that, it's not like it's pretty. I mean, they have Chester Rogers. They have it's not. It doesn't blow you away. But you still got Julio Jones, who's way better than Corey Davis. But you lost your tight ends. It's I don't know. I believe in the Colts still a little bit more.
Yeah, they got two good tight ends there, and Mo Cox and Boyle. So
yeah,
but
Pittman's only going to get better.
Yeah, and it's more protection for Wentz too. So, but who knows? One of these guys. What if they just shock the world at tight end?
Well, listen, the Colts are the same. They're going to build it off the run too. Like, why would they have Look, the Eagles, the mistake that we made, we let him drop back and throw 40 times. That's no. Give the ball to Jonathan Taylor. Give the ball to Marlon Mack. Play action, RPO, quick pass, screen pass. That's how the Colts are going to be successful. And they have the best offensive line in the AFC, at least the AFC South. I got to look to see the whole AFC, but at least in the AFC South, they have the best offensive line. So
yeah, what I was getting at Tannehill, though, is that he's been put in systems to fail every time.
This system works for him.
But he's been able to overcome that, is what I was trying to get at.
Yeah, this system works.
They never had a good running game, and now he's been spoiled to have a Derrick Henry. Because I'm trying to think back of the teams that he had, and
that's because he came from a trash ass Dolphins. No offense.
I hated him then because he always found a way when the Jets were decent then to beat them. And I think it was a depleted Arian Foster that was there one year, and he didn't play even a whole season. Insert whatever running back had a good year, and then they just didn't pay him or give him any money. I think Frank Gore might have been there for a little bit.
But the Dolphins haven't had the best success with running backs over the last decade?
Yeah.
But Wildcat days were like the last time they were really like, oh, they got Ronnie Brown, they got this, and that. And, that's when they were actually doing something. But
he was always good with the receivers. And
what's his name? The dude that went to the Texans. He wasn't bad.
Who?
God.
Damian Williams?
No, he was a running back.
There.
Oh man, he's not on the Texans anymore.
Arian Foster?
No. I'm not gonna think about it right now. It's gonna Lamar Miller. Boom.
Oh, Lamar Miller.
Lamar Miller wasn't bad.
He was a good.
Miller wasn't. He was pretty
decent with him too because he was a good running back when he was healthy.
Yeah.
But Tannehill was in everything else around him kind of sucked. His receiving core was okay. Juice didn't want to be there. If Juice stayed there and grew there,
Juice was getting 115 catches a season.
He was getting ridiculous numbers in the slot. And his other one was Devontae Parker, and everyone keeps saying he's going to take that leap this year.
Hasn't happened yet.
It's not taking that leap, man, anytime soon. So I think this is the example what I'm trying to get at is you're giving Tannehill now. He wasn't a bad quarterback in Miami. It was just Miami was missing a lot of pieces. He had to get by with what he had. Yes, they gave him some things, but they also took a lot away, and then they ended up giving up on him, the head coaching, everything. Crumble up paper, throw it away. Now you're here in Tennessee. You overtake your second overall pick in Mariota. You take them pretty deep in the playoffs. You lose in the AFC Championship.
But they got faith in him. That's all that matters.
They have faith in them. They're behind him, and he's a good game managing quarterback. So I think being spoiled with these tools now, you can easily throw the ball comfortably, knowing you have Julio Jones there, who in double coverage is going to take it away from somebody. And I'm trying to look at all the corners in the league in their division. There's not that many good corners to go against. He's played against Xavier Rhodes before, and he's dogged him a lot. I remember when he was in Minnesota. So Julio's going to do what Julio does regardless, unless he gets hurt, or I don't think old age is going to show. He's going to be fine. And then AJ Brown's going to be there to pick up the leftovers.
I like AJ. He was on my fantasy team, so he's a home run hitter.
And if the shit don't add up, and you can't throw the ball, you've got the Dreadnought there to do what he needs to do.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be a good team, and it's going to be good for Tannehill to finally be the player we thought he was when he was coming out of Texas Tech. Was it Texas Tech?
Texas A&M? Tech or A&M, one of those two.
insert purple, white school, whatever it was, maroon.
he was a running back. I mean, a wide receiver.
Yeah. That guy beat me on the outside. I'd have been done.
But I mean, he was obviously Texas A&M. Yeah, I was right. Texas A&M.
Yeah. So with that being said, since we've been jawing about Julio and AJ Brown this entire time, ESPN and Bleacher Report and all these different places have been saying the best duo in football right now. Who are they? Well, we're going to take it a step further because nobody looks at the duo. You got to look at the core.
The whole squad.
We've assembled this is like a fun segment within the regular topics going down the line. So we've assembled our top 5, maybe some honorable mentions in there of who we think our best receiving cores are. So you want me to kick it off or you want to kick it off?
You want to go like one for one or just?
We can go for one. What do you want to do? Top 5 or honorable mentions or what?
All right, who you got in your honorable mentions?
I got 5 and 5, so I got a total of 10.
I got 4 of my honorable mentions, so I'll let you take it off.
All right, so my last one in my honorable mentions, and
just run them down.
Okay, so my honorable mentions, I have at 10, the Los Angeles Chargers with Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, and Jared Cook. I have the Giants with Golladay, Shepard, Slayton, Tony, and Ingram if they ever want to show up. I know Galladay's going to do his job. At 8, I have Pittsburgh with Schuster, Claypool, insert whatever Johnson you want to put there, and Ebron. 7, this one's a hard one for me, but I put him here just because of the inexperience of the quarterback. Sutton, Judy, Hamler, Patrick, and Fant from Denver. At 6, I don't know, where we at? Well, the next one, yeah. I have, was it 10, 9, 8, 7? I got one more than I should. I'm going to leave this one. I'm going to put Tennessee just because of Jones and Brown there. And then Beckham, Landry, and Hooper are in my last honorable mentions in Cleveland.
Okay. So my honorable mentions, you take it how you want to take it. It's whatever. It's my list. So I'm going to just.
My list too. Let me be.
So I got the Titans in my honorable mention because it's still AJ Brown and it's still Julio Jones. And
exactly.
I'm going to just put them in my honorable mention. Believe it or not, I know this might shock people. I got the Chiefs in my honorable mention because they're very top heavy.
They are.
It's Tyreek Hill and Kelsey. After that, it's kind of a question mark to me. Like McCole Hardman,
Pringle.
Is he going to be great? I don't know. Pringle, is he going to be great? I don't know. DeMarcus Robinson, they're the 3 of those guys, Hardman, Pringle, and Robinson are not, they don't oh shit, they're on the field. It's Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce. Those are the dogs. So if we're doing duos, and I'm allowed to put a tight end in my duo, they'd be in my duo for top 5. Oh, because the 2 of them are the best tight end right now in football and top 3 receiver in Tyreek Hill, correct? Maybe. So that I would put as my duo. But if we're going a whole core, McCole, DeMarcus, and Byron Pringle, I'm not 100% sold on them just yet. So I couldn't put them in my top 5 as of yet. Another honorable mention that I had was the Vikings. Oh. Justin Jefferson, who we should have drafted, is obviously elite. And Adam Thielen somehow still gets slept on. And then they got this new, the tight end that took over from Rudolph, Irv. That dude is nice too. So because Justin Jefferson's so elite to me and Adam Thielen gets slept on, I got it. They're in my honorable mention. I thought about putting the Giants there too, but I'm a hater. And then my last honorable mention is the Bengals. Because the Bengals have a very good receiving core, and we got to stop. We can't sleep on the Bengals. Let me just
I'll run them down for you real quick.
I got Jamar Chase, I got T. Higgins, and I got Tyler Boyd.
Don't forget.
Off the rip. Auden Tate's not bad either. They got CJ Uzoma at tight end, who I don't have an issue with at all.
Don't forget, Randy Moss's son is there now.
Is he still there?
He's there now. Like they picked him up off the waivers.
And he gonna get cut before training camp. I'm about.
Oh man, that's a guy that Joe Burrow was throwing to.
He gonna get cut before. Well, yeah, that's true. That's actually a very good point. Very good point. Shoot, so they're gonna bring LSU to the down NFL. Cool. Exactly. So they're my honorable mentions. So obviously the guys I have ahead of them are pretty good. I'll let you just run through yours.
You want to go like spit 1-5 and go and up, or do you want me to just spit all my 5?
Give me your number 5.
All right, so my 5. It's gonna pain for you to hear this one, but I got Dallas because you got a healthy Dak there, Cooper, Lamb, and Gallup. I think those are 3 good receivers right there.
Doesn't pain me at all. I actually have him as number 2.
Okay.
My 5. So we might as well just go back and forth. So that's my number 2. My number 5 is the Broncos. As you mentioned them earlier. Yeah, I think the Broncos, if they would have got Aaron Rodgers, they'd be in the Super Bowl. That's how good that 5 is.
If they got Aaron Rodgers, they'd be my 2.
But we can't base it on the damn quarterback.
I'm going based off the quarterback who's throwing it to him and the core, not the run.
Going on the core. So based on just the wide outs and receivers and tight ends and X, Y, and Z and tight ends.
You can have great receivers, but if your quarterback can't throw the ball, then
it don't matter. The core is still
Allen
good.
Robinson. Look at Allen Robinson.
Your core is still good.
All right.
Well, who's your number 4?
My 4, I have Minnesota, Jefferson, Thielen, and I think Irv Smith's going to make the Noah Fant leap this year. Now that
so I had him on honorable mention. So my 4 is the Browns because Juice Landry is really good. Yeah. OBJ is going to be healthy. Okay. What's his name? The tight end.
Hooper or Njoku.
Njoku is nice. Hooper is nice. They have Rashad Higgins. They got Donovan Peoples-Jones. He showed out while OBJ was hurt from the University of Michigan. Mm-hmm. And if I'm not mistaken, didn't they draft? No, it wasn't them that drafted him. Yeah, they drafted Anthony Shorts, the fastest receiver in this draft, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
They have weapons galore over there. So OBJ, we got something to prove. Juice Landry, who can catch 100 balls a year in his sleep. Anthony Shorts, the rookie. Peoples-Jones, Rashad Higgins. And they got, what's his name, out the backfield, he's basically the receiver, Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, we can't throw him out there because he's a back, even though he does.
He's basically their receiver from the backfield. So, if I had the Cowboys as my 2. I have them as my 4. I can switch. Honestly, they're my 3. My 4 is, I'm going to just give you the rest of my list. My 4 is the Bills. My 3 is the Browns. My 2 is the Cowboys. And my 1 is the Bucks. Because the Bucks just got everything.
Yeah. All right. So
the Bucks just got everything.
So my 5 is Dallas. My 4 is Minnesota. My 3 is the Rams now. The Rams are my 3, man.
The Rams?
The Rams, yes.
The Los Angeles Rams?
Yes, bro.
What are we doing today?
Woods, Cup, Jackson, and Higbee, man. That's a good.
Deshaun Jackson's old. Actually not going to play more than 3 games.
Hey, man, just keep the guns loaded.
Bro, he be coming off. The injuries that he gets now are not normal injuries. They're not like a sprained ankle. He gets like compound fractures in his abdominal area.
In Los Angeles, he's home. He's good. He's good. Right. He ain't on your boy.
All right.
I have Arizona as my next.
I thought about Arizona.
I just like the
the rest of them are old outside of Hopkins. Hopkins and Kirk, and then it's just Fitzgerald old.
AJ Green, man.
AJ Green old.
Got shit on, so I feel like AJ Green got something to prove.
I thought about that too.
Then Tampa Bay has to be 1. Tampa Bay has to be 1.
You got no love for Stephon Diggs and Cole Beasley?
They didn't make my honorable mentions. I didn't even put Seattle in there either, man.
Me neither, but look, they got Stephon Diggs, they got Cole Beasley, they got Emmanuel Sanders,
yeah,
and they got Gabriel Davis from UCF, who really came on late last year.
Yeah,
I'm not mad at that. And then Knox, the tight end, is pretty nice too.
I'm not mad at it. Knox is whatever, but
you saw what's his name turn up last year, the quarterback.
Josh Allen.
And that was all because his receivers are ballers. And they got rid of John Brown, who I love. But
Mhm.
Emmanuel Sanders and Gabriel Davis are more than capable of filling that void. And Cole Beasley was balling last year. Can't sleep on Cole Beasley.
I'm not sleeping on him.
He led the league in the slot in yards, 948 yards.
I just think that defense does more than the offense definitely does what it needs to do, but the defense makes him.
Bro, you saw how they made this man look like. They made Josh Allen look like he was.
Hey, prove me wrong.
Damn, Aaron Rodgers.
I hate the Bills, man. I root against them.
So I could put the Cowboys as my 2, but you can't put the Bills in your top 10.
I didn't say it because I hate them like that. I don't want them to do good, but I just looking at everything there.
Wow.
Everything else looks better to me than what
you haven't said a positive thing about the Bills, the Patriots, or the Dolphins in 25 episodes.
It's true, man.
Come around, Collie Buds. Come around.
I want Cam to do good. I haven't said anything bad about Cam.
All right.
So.
He said, but I hope Bill burns in hell.
All right. So, all right. So this is our NFL talk for the day on our receiving course. Let's get back to the NBA talk. The big man is back. The big man behind me just won MVP.
Joker.
The Joker is the 2021 MVP. So it's good to see life back into the NBA, giving respects to the big man. The last guy to do it was Shaq, right? Shaq was last.
That's 20 years ago, mind you.
Yeah.
21 years ago.
That's a long time, man. So
that's center. So what do we say about like Duncan and KG, the power forwards? That doesn't count, right? Because KG got him one, Duncan got him a few. So can we count them as big men?
I feel like Tim Duncan is the greatest power forward of all time, but he was brought in there to be the center after David Robinson.
So, but yeah, that one's tricky.
But as a fundamentally all-around center, like center, I feel like Tim Duncan brings more to the table, so does KG.
So, KG was a power forward.
But even Jokic brings more to the table than that. In my opinion, he's a better shooter than Tim Duncan. He's going to shoot better.
Dare ever say anything wrong about Tim Duncan?
I'm not saying anything bad about Tim Duncan. But Tim Duncan ain't going to pull up for no threes. Tim Duncan going to bully you.
Let me just explain something to you. If Tim Duncan did not play in the NBA, Kobe and Shaq would have 7 rings, and LeBron would have 7 or 8 rings as well. Like Tim Duncan literally forbade 2 dynasties from being better than what they were. He's that good. So
the big fundamental. I'm not shitting on him at all, man. If I had to create a team and they said, who's your power forward? Off the rip, I'm taking Tim Duncan. But let's be honest. Off the rip, I'm taking Tim Duncan for real.
I'm just playing.
But let's just be honest. Like he groomed himself to be a power forward when David Robinson was there.
Nah, Wake Forest, he got groomed at Wake Forest. Got there his rookie year and was balling ever since.
He was a center, and they weren't going to bench David Robinson, but they were going to play them together. Enter the Twin Towers 2.0, Ralph Sampson, Hakeem Olajuwon, and they excelled perfectly together. And then when the Admiral gave his last farewell, insert Tim Duncan as the center, and the rest is history, man.
They also had some European players play center, kind of. I mean, it's just different.
Yeah,
that San Antonio's offense is just different. So yeah, but yeah, actual center. Shaq was the last one.
Shaq was the last one as an actual center in there. Yes, we can give KG his props. Yes, we can give Tim Duncan his props too. But the last actual listed as a center was Shaq. So it's good to see the center getting appreciation again, even though the center position is evolving. They're becoming passers.
I was going to say, they both won MVP and they look so different doing it. Mm-hmm. Like my man just having triple doubles with his bringing the ball down the court as a center. Mm-hmm. Whereas Shaq is getting 28 and 15 in his sleep.
Unstoppable down low, man. But in this second round of playoffs, we're seeing a lot of big men make some big plays. Just yesterday, we got to see Pandemic P do what Pandemic P does again, choke. But they couldn't find who was going to take the last shot at the last second. There was a couple good looks.
I want you to really because listen, I hate having to always bring up my boy LeBron, but every time LeBron passed the ball in a clutch situation, he was scared, right? Kawhi passed the ball to Paul George. Paul George passed the ball to Marcus Morris. And we're not going to give Kawhi or Paul George any grief.
It was vice versa. It was Paul George to Kawhi.
Paul George like, nope. Kawhi was like, hell no, I just airballed it a couple days ago. Here you go, Marcus Morris.
Yeah, it's just a big stage that LeBron lives on. He wants smoke at all times, and he's ready to take it. But these two, who are the second coming of Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen,
that's what they told me. That's what they told me.
I was watching the game in bed, just narrating what Paul George is going to do every time. Brick.
You went 4 for 19 or some shit like that.
Yeah, he scored 20 points, but it was because of a bunch of fouls at the end that he was able to get to.
At the end, they were giving him stuff, but 4 for 19.
He had 11 points going into the third quarter.
Come on, man.
The fourth quarter.
Listen,
so what I was getting at is both of those two surrender their shots to give open to a Marcus Morris who they thought was open,
and then DPOY Rudy.
He thought he shook Rudy Gobert, but Rudy Gobert got them fingers, man, and he
had the French toast sticks ready to go.
key block, man. So there's a big man doing his job in the playoffs right there. Embiid, another guy yesterday. He played with a chip on his shoulder. He got snubbed for the MVP. He got one vote for for being all around. What was it for, like the all around vote or whatever? Somebody gave him one vote, just as much as Derrick Rose.
Try my dog, bro.
Yeah, they tried.
Try my dog.
I know he's been hurt a lot, but he's still an elite player. And
he gave motherfuckers 40 yesterday.
He gave him 40. One more point more than his playoff high.
Yeah.
Said, I'll do one more.
First player in 76ers history since AI, the Laker, the Sixer GOAT. No offense to Julius Erving, but I grew up with AI. The first one says AI just dropped 40 in the playoff game.
Yeah, and the funny part is no one's talking shit about Ben Simmons. He only scored 4 points, but he was on lockdown mode.
We're not going to talk about Ben Simmons' offense on this podcast, okay?
He was on lockdown mode.
That's what he do. That's what we call the defensive player of the year. That's the real defensive player of the year.
Embiid said it too. So
yeah, clean.
You get to see Embiid shine when he got snubbed for the MVP disrespectfully, and then even Ayton's up there dunking on fools, man.
He went point for point and minute for minute with the MVP Joker.
He's able to hang his own with him.
Yeah.
And then
he made LA look silly too.
Boogie had a good little run in the first half.
The fact that he got into the game, for real.
Yeah.
The fact that he got into the game. Are we gonna consider Blake Griffin a big man? Because look at him now.
He had 7 points, man. He didn't do anything.
Game 1, he had 18 and 14.
First off, we're not going to talk about the Nets on this show.
We're not talking about Brooklyn until after they win the championship, so we can congratulate them, shake their hand, and move on. Because this is a wash.
I wouldn't consider him a big man. He's a power forward. He's not a true center.
Yeah, I'm just playing.
But a lot of these teams, they have a predominantly big man on the team. Outside of, in their heydays, DeAndre Jordan and Brook Lopez were really, really good centers. But they're withered down. They're older. They're smarter. They know they're not the focal point anymore. They know there's no Lob City really in Brooklyn. It's just shoot city all day.
KD gonna hold it down. Kyrie gonna hold it down. And when Harden gets back, he'll hold it down.
If there's an alley-oop in there for DeAndre, he'll get one. And if Brook Lopez is open for a 3 in the corner, he just fits into the Milwaukee mold and shoot. But all these teams have a predominantly good big man out there. And outside of, I guess, LA doesn't really have one.
I'm looking at all the teams left. Zubac is not great, and Boogie is not the same.
Yeah.
Utah got Rudy. Denver got Joker. Phoenix got DeAndre. And then on the other side, Milwaukee. All right, Brook Lopez is obviously the big man. Giannis is also 6'11", 270 pounds.
Yeah, but he doesn't play like a big man.
I know. He is unstoppable. He's 6'11", but he's not a big man. All right, we'll leave that one alone.
We're sticking it to center, like
center.
Lou Williams ain't going for a job interview with the Clippers and saying, I am a center. They're like,
I'm
no.
trying not to be your center. All right, Brook Lopez. Let's look at the Philly. We got B. And then all right, what about Capella? What you say about Capella? Capella nice.
Capella's nice too.
Capella nice. So,
I think he led the league in rebounds, right?
So as we said, like on episode 12, the big man, I said, my argument was that the big man never left. All the teams in the playoffs that are left are because they have a solid tall guy. Kevin Durant is still 7 foot tall. Giannis is 7 foot tall, and B. Ayton, DeAndre Ayton. Who we talking about? I mean, all these people are about 6'11", 7 foot tall. And what was giving like the Lakers problems with Phoenix, they couldn't stop Ayton. Now Booker was Booker, right? But they didn't have an answer for DeAndre Ayton. And then the Joker, Portland didn't have an answer for Joker. No one has an answer for Embiid. It's just that's where we're at in the NBA. Yes, you still need good guard play. That's a given. But like I've been saying, the big man has never died. It's been revolutionized. Now, I wouldn't go tell my future kids in 20 years that Kevin Durant was a big man, but the man is 7 foot tall and can do whatever he wants on the court. So shit, yeah, you need a tall guy that can do a lot of stuff. Yeah, that's why Jokic is having triple doubles and bringing the ball down the court, running the point, gets it to the post, easy bucket, getting the rebounds, leading the break. Like that's what the big man does now. Whether they're big, like the big man behind you, little Joker with the titties, or they're skinny, like DeAndre Ayton and Kevin Durant. That's what the big man does now.
The only thing with Kevin Durant though is like he doesn't play like a big man. He plays.
He don't have to. He's the best. He's Larry Bird mixed with
when healthy, he's Dirk. The best player in the game. When healthy, he's the best player in the game.
Yeah, I told you last episode. I got all my room. If you look around my room, I got LeBron shit all over the place. Right now that LeBron is officially old in my books, officially Kevin Durant the best player in the league. I said it 2018 after LeBron did that miraculous stuff. I said LeBron got about a year or two left of being the best player on the planet. And then it's Durant. It's Durant's healthy Durant. It's his league. And if people try to tell me Giannis is better, absolutely not. Because now you see what Durant's cooking this boy, cooking him. The 2-time MVP, he's cooking him. He telling him the people. Jay Williams is telling lies that whatever he said, like, oh, he can't guard me. Don't ever compare me to him. Whatever. Whether it's a truth or not a truth, Durant is cooking these boys. He gonna cook us in the next round, unfortunately, or Atlanta if we somehow screw that up. And then he gonna cook Phoenix or Utah. Hopefully not the Clippers. I do not want. The last thing I want to see is the Clippers versus Brooklyn NBA Finals. I will not watch a game. Just let me know when it's over, so I can move on with my life.
Yeah, no, but yeah, the big man has definitely evolved. We were spoiled in an era where we got to see a lot of dominant big men. And
dominant, that's the difference. Dominant big man.
Like I said on that episode when we talked about as the big man back.
Yeah.
The focal point of the offense mostly was the big man. Those successful teams, the big man was the focal point.
Because you played inside out back then.
Yeah, the Shaqs, the Patrick Ewings, the Hakeem Olajuwons, the David Robinsons, the Dikembe Mutombos. Those were your big name guys down low. And then the other ones, if you didn't have a big, well, you had a big body down there that could try and keep up with those guys, but then you had the scoring outside. Yeah. Now you're seeing a different caliber big man, and he's just won the MVP. Name me a big man of a true center that's been able to shoot threes, lead his team in assists per game, steals, all of those categories. No, because the big man back in the day, all he did was score and grab rebounds.
And block shots.
And block shots. He didn't pass the ball. You'd be happy if you got 2 assists out of him a game.
The fact that he's such a good like assistant, a passer in general, that's the part that trips me out. I'm like, this dude, like his vision at that size is that's unheard of. It doesn't make sense. So that's the edge that he has. Like I wish Embiid will pass sometimes, but Embiid is I'm getting to the basket. I'm just gonna score. Or I'm gonna just pull up this J in your face and just try to score. I'm gonna just hit the little Hakeem dream shake and try to score. Like And B got that like that Kobe, like I'm just gonna score. Whereas Joker has that, magic, smooth, slow Arvidas Sabonis like that,
Yeah,
that
he's got
that
that.
international European body diva game.
Yeah, he's got like it's like Dirk. You remember when Dirk used to play? Like he did not look good he looked goofy on the court with the hair going everywhere
Right,
and
that's
his step back, but
that ball, coof,
yeah, it
all
was
day long.
yeah, it wasn't what Americans were used to seeing. We're used to seeing flashy, a guy going to the hole with authority and slamming it down. This dude's Euro stepping and putting a layup, and we're like, what the fuck is this?
Can the man dunk? Can Dirk even dunk?
Dirk got some good dunk highlights. I looked at him one day. He's got some dunk highlights, but Dirk was going to beat you. You thought it wouldn't look good? Well, hey man, I got a ring and I did.
So on my Facebook, you know how they have like the memories and stuff?
Yeah.
It was on these days, last couple of days, 10 years ago, when they was cooking Miami in the finals. And I remember I was sitting there. I think it was on this day today where LeBron had 8 points. And I was like, I remember I put it on my status, and I was like, man, this boy Dirk.
Was that the muscle cramp?
Huh?
Was it the muscle cramp game or no?
When they made fun of him?
Yeah.
Yeah, at that point, it was over because they were up 2-1, and they never won a game again. Never won a game again. I was like, yo, y'all gotta leave. Y'all said, because y'all remember that series. Dirk gave it to Kobe and the Lakers in round 1. He gave it to Portland, Brandon Roy, and LaMarcus Aldridge round 2. He gave it to Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, and James Harden in round 3. And they said, LeBron and D-Wade, yeah, whatever. Like, he gave it to, dog, he beat every damn Hall of Famer in that damn playoff run. So,
and
tip your hat.
Every team that LeBron's lost to, they've shot astronomical numbers. And Dallas that year was shooting out the gym. I remember watching Jason Terry. Just
oh my God.
Jason Kidd's old ass on the second stint with the Mavericks.
But Jason Terry, that man was hitting everything. I was like, what the I was so blown. I was like, and I remember just watching highlights. I'm like, I don't know how the Mavericks were that good that series. But and I was watching Luka play, the other day when they couldn't close it out. It pissed me off. I'm like, dog, what's his name? Rick Carlisle's an amazing coach. Mm-hmm. He's an amazing, the Mavericks are not talented. It's Luka and a bunch of dudes. Kristaps, he's already complaining about his role. That's another big man that actually I wanted to talk about because he's complaining about his role. And I'm like, bro, your role is what you made it because this is who you decided to be. You're 7'3" and have no post game whatsoever. Like, get your big ass in the post and post up and throw easy baskets. But the fact that they have to start his 7'3" ass and Boban Marjanovic in the same game means, Kristaps, you are not the number 6 overall pick.
Yeah. You
are not what you really think you are. And yeah, you're an afterthought now because they wanted you to be like Dirk and you're not Dirk. Luka is the truth. If Luka had, if we're talking about the big man still, if Kristaps could be the kind of big man that Joker is, think about it. Joker is unathletic and slow and will give you 28, 12, and 10 on any given night. He'll give you 40 on any given night. Kristaps, he's a catch and shoot player now. That's all he is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So all that complaining he's doing, it's not working for me.
Yeah. I want to like Kristaps. I was happy that the way he left the Knicks and rooting partially because of the way they treated Carmelo Anthony and all that. I admire that, but I don't want to say he's fooling us. I just think that he's always hurt. Dude's always hurt.
Doesn't help. That doesn't help at all.
Doesn't help at all. And you do have to develop some kind of a post game because the big is back. The big man is back. And if you look at Joker's ankles, they're like tank. He's like a tank out there. He's a slob. He's literally a goofy slob playing basketball.
And they can't guard him.
Can't guard him. He doesn't care how he looks.
Can't guard him.
Go out there and have fun. That's why I like the Joker too, because he's super humble.
He's very humble. But the fact that I've been watching this man, he be getting mad now. He be getting these refs because he be getting hacked a little bit. He does. And you will see his face start to get red. I'm like, man, he's playing his ass off and you can't even tell. But to him, he's going 100%. But to us, we're like, what the hell are we watching? But this is who he is. Like, he's not trying to act like anybody else. He's not trying to be like anybody else. I didn't want him to win MVP. I wanted Embiid to win, and we're going to give it to a big man. But did he deserve it? Absolutely. He definitely deserved it. Mind you, we did have a number one seed in the East, and B was balling too. Just, I'm not going to compare, but the Joker did his thing.
He played his whole season, though. That's the only.
He did. I got to give him that. He played all 72.
If Embiid played the whole season, it'd have been different. Also,
that's never going to happen.
Also, yeah, exactly. Also, the first Nuggets player to win MVP, the lowest taken seed ever to win MVP.
It was what, I think it was 42, something like that.
Yeah, and the second round pick to make MVP. So defying odds. Good for him.
Good for him. And also he's another international player too. We've gotten to this age in which we're gonna start to get like Luka's probably gonna win it next year. We're gonna start seeing a lot of international players start to take these trophies. So
so it's good to see that and the new look playoffs that we have now, because it's the first time since 2010 that LeBron or Steph is not in the playoff finals. So I think
it's 2011, maybe 2010, 2011, but yeah, because that Mavericks one was 2011. Because they beat KD 12, they beat the Spurs 13, so it'll be a 2011, the 2010-2011 season.
All right. So for the first time since then, we haven't seen LeBron or Steph in the finals. We've been spoiled seeing that one of those two guys in the finals for that tenure. That's an 11-year tenure. We've seen them in the finals. 10 years. So now there's only 3 household names that have won finals that are there in KD, Kyrie, who we all know they're going to win that shit, like it's inevitable, and Kawhi Leonard.
He got him a couple.
Yeah, he decided to team up with Pandemic P and try and do it.
Big
so it's a crazy stat to say that we're not going to be blessed with a LeBron James or Steph Curry in the finals. It does hurt not saying that, but to some people who like new beginnings, this is going to be good for them. And of all these 8 teams, 5 of them have never won an NBA title.
Crazy.
And 3 have won one, but it's been at the 50s, 70s, and 80s, I believe.
Philadelphia was 83.
Yeah. Philadelphia was that one.
I think we're the latest one out of all the teams that's left.
Yeah, that's the most current one that has won one. So,
which is crazy. That's 30, almost 30 years. 40. That's almost 40 years, actually. 40 years.
Some of these teams have gone to the finals, but they just haven't been able to get it done. The Nets have gone to the finals. They've definitely lost.
I have to announce something really quick. Rudy Gobert just won Defensive Player of the Year.
Did he?
He did.
Damn.
As we're talking about the big man, he just won his 3rd DPOY.
I do think that block last night.
They already voted. Ben Simmons got robbed, but whatever. Continue. Well, congratulations, Rudy Gobert.
Yeah. So, damn, that sucks. I really wanted Ben Simmons to win that. I wanted a guard to win it.
No. I like the chip on the shoulder. As we're talking about teams that haven't won in a while, I like the chip on the shoulder for the 76ers. Everybody's counting us out. We haven't won since 83, and we're talking about legacies right now, guys. That's what we're talking about, okay? There's a lot of teams that haven't won in a while, and there's a lot of legacies that are on the line, okay?
So what's the legacy looking like for some of these teams? Because Phoenix has been in the finals before, but who would have thought, and I've always said this, and I've been a big advocate for this, all you need is a little bit of Chris Paul in your life.
Right, so remember what I tell my girl this all the time with football, because she's a Bucks fan. I'm like, sometimes all you need is a quarterback. It's that simple. Sometimes it's so simple, you just need a quarterback, right? In the NBA, sometimes you just need a solid point guard to just right the ship. Now, think about it. Let's talk about point guards, okay? Chris Paul comes to Phoenix, and just like that, they're one of the best teams in the NBA. Michael Conley comes to Utah, and just like that, they're the best team in the West. Kyrie is played a lot more games than normal, but then they get James Harden, who's turned into a kind of combo point guard, shooting guard, and they're the best team in the NBA. Like, sometimes it's so simple. They just need. I was looking at who was I watching the other night? Oh, the Clippers. Now, remember how they got rid of Lou Williams? And I thought that was a mistake. Honestly, having Rondo there helps them so much more because Rondo makes it easy. Like the reason why they look for a lot more formidable now is because at least Rondo brings that point guard leadership to him. The reason why the Lakers won last year is because LeBron became their point guard. And you see, they insert Dennis Schroeder as the point guard, and it doesn't look the same because Dennis Schroeder is not a leader as a point guard. He's a good point guard, but he's not a leader. Chris Paul is a leader.
Should have been coming off the bench.
Exactly. Chris Paul is a leader. Rondo's a leader. Mike Conley Jr. is a leader. Kyrie, as much as you be poo-pooing on his name, Kyrie is still, they look to him as a leader. Listen, hey. So that's where we are right now. Is you need to have that to make that push because it just keeps the team at bay. And Mike Conley didn't even play last night, but you saw Donovan Mitchell because he was the one with the basketball in his hand. He was able to control the tempo, control the pace. Luka in round one, control the tempo, control the pace. Like that's what. As much as the big man is important to get you to that next level, you still need to have solid guard play, no matter what. And, it's going to come down to who has the best guard. Like Kevin Durant's the best player available right now, clearly, right? But who has the best guard play? Now, we talk about Milwaukee and Brooklyn, all right? As much as I love Jrue Holiday, he's not Kyrie Irving. There's no way he's ever going to be Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving is Kyrie Irving. He's a finals, a champion. He hit the big shot against Steph Curry. Like that's exactly what it's going to take. So it's going to be interesting to see how, because Kyrie and KD have been there before. That's why we can already assume they're going to win because they've been there before. So out in the West, besides Kawhi, this is new territory for everybody. So out of the West, like who do you think is like more built for this moment right now? Basically it's going to be someone's first time in the finals. All of them is going to be the first time in the finals if you think about it. So who's more built for that?
You mean like as an organization in the finals? Because a lot of them been in there, but like as a team.
No, like the players that are left, like Donovan Mitchell's never been there. None of those Utah Jazz have ever been to the finals. I can't think of the top of my who's there. Jordan Clarkson is the only one that's been to the finals. If you look at Phoenix, Chris Paul's never been there. Devin Booker's never been there. You look at the Nuggets, none of them has ever been there. And you look at who's the other team? The Clippers. It's just literally Kawhi and Rondo. So who out of those four in the West? Because we already know what
Ibaka, but Ibaka's out, right?
I don't know what the hell's going on with Ibaka, but if Ibaka's playing, that's another one right there. You know what I mean? So like the Clippers got that, right? Or am I tripping?
In my opinion, I think it's Chris Paul. I think he's got a lot to prove, and I think he's hungry. And it just sucks because he's been on so many good teams and just not been able to get it done because of either injuries or, DeAndre Jordan wants to leave and we're going to lock him in the room and we're going to talk him out of it. Or I just got a State Farm contract. Now I'm wearing all red and I'm in Houston. Oh shit. Now
my brother Cliff Paul messed up my hamstring.
There's all these different things. I feel like Chris Paul is the guy to get it done. So I'm going with Phoenix. My second one is Utah because, dude, Donovan Mitchell, I think he's going to become the new Dame Lillard soon.
No, listen, let me tell you. I've been saying it since his rookie year now. I know if Kevin listens to it, he's going to give me a hard time like I'm lying or something.
Kevin's super freaky.
I've said he gives me D-Wade vibes since he was a rookie. I remember we had this whole argument about Ben Simmons versus him, blah, 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 as far as rookie. I was obviously wrong about Ben Simmons because I thought Ben Simmons could become a Magic Johnson, LeBron type of player, but he's clearly never going to be that. But I was wrong about that part. But I've also been on the same. I actually love Donovan Mitchell. So with them getting D-Wade as their president, not president, part owner of the team, this is literally what I'm seeing right now is giving me 06 Wade vibes, where he just carried the Miami Heat on his back with like an older Shaq, and he has Gobert, the defensive player of the year, but he got shooters on the court.
He
He
does.
got
That's
him
the
some
thing.
dog shooters on the court.
And they play defense too.
And they play defense. And they're not scared of nobody. So
And they
I'm
look like
getting 06 Wade vibes from this Utah team. So let's say theoretically, in a perfect world, they beat the Clippers for me. It's a perfect world for me.
Me too.
And as Utah, and then I don't think Denver has a chance against Phoenix. I mean, I think, no offense to the Joker, if the Nuggets find a way to win this series, all more power to you. But I don't think they really have a chance against Phoenix. So let's say it's Phoenix versus Utah, and it came down to the leadership of Chris Paul, the Mamba mentality of Booker, the emergence of Ayton, and then all the other boys they got over there versus 06 Wade, aka Donovan Mitchell, Defensive Player of the Year Rudy Gobert, Ingles, Bogdanovic, Jordan Clarkson, what's his name? O'Neal, what's his name? Patrick, the guy who gets a lot of rebounds, whatever his name is. Who would you say between those two? Because you're big on Chris Paul, but let's be real, Donovan Mitchell, and we're not even talking about Mike Conley. Mike Conley gonna be coming back eventually.
Mike Conley, his first year in Utah was a bust. His second year was better, but I don't have faith in the Clippers. I really don't. They have to break that up.
But they still got Kawhi.
I know they do.
You saw Kawhi was not about to lose this year to the Mavericks. He made that crystal clear.
I know that. Kawhi's not a human being. I understand that. I don't have faith in them this year. I don't have it any year. And it's all because of Paul George. I really do not like Paul George. I'm sick of hearing how he's the best two-way player out there. But if he's the best, here's the thing, and I think somebody said it today. If Paul George is your best two-way player, or supposed to be, he didn't even guard Donovan Mitchell once yesterday. Nope. They made Rondo and Reggie Jackson look dumb out there guarding.
Listen, you know my other point on top of that, you know how they call him the two-way player, all that stuff, right? If the Clippers could swap Paul George with Jimmy Butler, I guarantee the Clippers would be in the championship. Jimmy Butler, who may not be as talented as Paul George, is a better on-floor leader and doesn't crack like that under pressure. That's the difference. Paul George has all the talent in the world, but he's just.
But Jimmy Butler also makes people good around him.
Because Jimmy Butler is like that. That's why he's like that.
So I don't have faith in the Clippers. I would have faith in the Nuggets if Murray was there, because you're getting Barton back tonight. I don't think that's enough.
Murray would help. That's it.
Murray would definitely help. Morris is playing his heart out. He's doing really good, but it's not Murray. And it's just too much.
Austin Rivers.
He's good, but he's not
okay.
Aaron Gordon's just not playing like what he's supposed to play like when they got him.
Michael Porter Jr. nice.
He's doing what they expected.
That's what the Lakers thought they had in Kuzma.
These are the two teams that I got, and it's if I had to pick between Phoenix and Utah, it's super, super hard, man. But my gut, and I just really want him to win a championship before he has to go.
CP.
I have to go with Chris Paul.
You know, I love CP. And it's hard for me to pick against him. But think about it. Let's say they make it to the next round, and it's Phoenix and hopefully, I'm not saying hopefully. Am I rooting for? I'm rooting for. Yeah, I'm rooting for it. Yeah, Utah.
You know why Utah's doing so good? Because LeBron shot himself in the foot doing that All-Star draft and said, nobody likes Utah. We don't like the colors.
You know what it was? It was before that. It was when Shaq called out Donovan Mitchell. And Shaq said, I don't think you can carry your team. And Donovan was like, all right, bet. And like,
that's two right there.
I don't hate to be wrong, but I hate to be wrong. And I've been shitting on Utah for ever since John Stockton and Karl Malone. I'm like, man, Utah, Greg Ostertag, where you go to college?
Kansas. We did this.
He might be right, I don't care. Olden Polynice and Karl Malone and Jeff Hornacek and what's his name?
The reason the Jazz is goofy is because one, in the 70s, when the franchise was made, it started out in New Orleans Jazz.
Which makes sense.
Great. Sounds great. The colors are great. Purple, green, yellow, the Mardi Gras colors.
Pistol Maravich.
So you move them to Utah. There's a bunch of Mormons and desert out there. Like it doesn't make any
And
sense.
they kept the name.
The colors and the logo are cool. Don't get me wrong, but
And they
like
kept the damn name.
but
Like
now
Seattle left and it became the Thunder. Okay, cool. Okay, see, it makes sense.
no, but now whether they have the name still as the Jazz, those colors, when you say what are the Jazz colors now, I don't even know.
They're orange, maybe.
No, there's like 5 hints of orange and red and yellow and black, dude. It literally goes fade to black, and it's supposed to be like the sunset.
Hey, listen, all I'm gonna say is, look, in the next round,
it's intimidating. It's intimidating instead of we're purple and
exactly.
It's intimidating.
But in the next round, if it's Chris Paul and Booker versus Mitchell and Conley, who do you got between those two?
I'm going between those two. I'm going Phoenix. I'm going Phoenix over right. Chris Paul over Conley for sure.
You don't get them 06 Wade vibes?
I do. I get it. It's scary. I've been saying the same thing about him too. I really been saying when I saw him first step on the court for Utah, I was like, this kid is built different. Like they got to steal where they got Donovan Mitchell because I remember him in college and it's okay, but transferring the NBA, his game elevated immediately.
I think he's from Yonkers, if I'm not mistaken.
Nah, he's not from Yonkers. He's from what is it? It's for all the white people. They're from like Westchester. Like,
You're right. Yeah, you're right.
His dad, and no coincidence that I'm wearing a Mets hat. I'm not a Mets fan. I'm a Yankees fan. I wear every baseball hat minus Boston. But his dad worked for the Mets organization, so he has a lot of rapport with a lot of baseball players and stuff.
He's from Elmsford.
Yeah, it's in Westchester County.
Yeah, and then he went to high school in Connecticut and New Hampshire. Yeah, so
if you're a good basketball player from the city or from New York, you go play in Connecticut. So
facts.
But yeah, man,
his mom is Panamanian. Nobody know that.
Yeah, he's got some Latin blood.
Got a little Latin blood in him. All right.
But yeah, Donovan Mitchell, I'm not shitting on the guy. I hope he stays in Utah. I wish he'd come to the Knicks. I wish they can prime away. But I think now that we know what happened with COVID and how to handle it, because remember, like last year with Rudy Gobert, everybody was mad at Rudy Gobert. Like, we're done with this. He's gone. I'm out of here. Everybody's disgruntled. I think my bad. It sucks that this is the way it happened. We have a good thing going here. There's no reason to do it. Break it up. I think he's going to stay there, and they're getting him the pieces already.
That's what I'm saying. I'm telling you, this is something about this team. It's like destiny, because Rudy Gobert to the NBA world, when that whole shit started, to us NBA fans, we basically thought Rudy Gobert started COVID, because that's how it felt, because the NBA shut down because of his ass. Rudy Gobert dead ass stopped sports in a matter of seconds, right?
And Chris Paul had to make an HBO doc about it.
Chris Paul was stuck. It's just full circle, bro. This whole thing is full circle. Chris Paul was stuck in OKC, about to play the damn team that basically caused COVID, apparently. Mm-hmm. And now they're gonna meet in the NBA Western Conference Finals a year later. Hopefully. Rudy Gobert just won another DPOY. And Donovan Mitchell got told by LeBron James and Shaq that they can't do it. It's just everything's coming full circle. Only for them to get swept by Brooklyn in the NBA Finals.
Exactly. Hopefully that doesn't happen. I hope this becomes a good little dynasty there in both in Phoenix and in Utah.
So who do you think has the best chance to have like a dynasty? Be out of like all these teams available?
Looking at it on paper, I feel like
Brooklyn for sure, right?
But Brooklyn is just gonna get guys that are fed up and want to win.
Outside of Brooklyn,
of Brooklyn, I would say like moving forward and what you're drafting and putting around you, I'm gonna say Phoenix, only for the fact that they're drafting super smart with their players.
They don't give me dynasty vibes.
They don't give me either.
Chris Paul is 38. He's looking for a big contract.
Yeah, I would say Utah. It would have to be Utah.
Utah got it. They have hope because they have Donovan Mitchell, but it's still Utah. They're not. Like Conley was
past that.
it was
look past that.
no, listen, bro. They drafted Gobert, they drafted Mitchell. They got lucky with Conley. And then Clarkson, God bless him for going there, but he went. Bogdanovich, I mean, that was a signing trade, I think, with Indiana. I mean, everything that they have good GM play, right? But when the rubber meets the road,
was a free agent pickup that wasn't even drafted.
When the rubber meets the road, you're a big time free agent next year or the year after that. You're Giannis, whoever else, right? You go into Miami, you go into LA, you go into New York, you go into Brooklyn. That's just how this shit works. So when I think of dynasty, unless you're the San Antonio Spurs and you draft all right, do you think Utah have like a Spurs pathway with it? That's a dynasty that they would have to be like. Do you think they got that in them?
I do, because look at the team. Like, it's all foreign. The entire team is almost foreign, minus Donovan Mitchell. Like, they've got the good foreign players. They said, okay, we can't be an appealing market like Los Angeles, New York, Miami.
But we
will draft the guys that we need. They went and got a big center who's won it 3 times now. They went and got, dude, the Bogdanovich brothers are shooters. They're just stupid shooters.
First of all, they're not even related, funny enough.
No, they're not.
They're not even related.
Oh, I thought they were.
But that's basically saying Jackson in America, or Smith.
I guess.
That's what it is.
Kind of alike to me, but whatever. I thought one was younger than the other, whatever. Them Ukraine boys be wilding out there. But they're shooters. They're both shooters.
Yeah.
And that guy Ingles he's like a little joker.
Yo,
he's a tiny joker, and the sloppiest looking
Ingles is different.
He's so sloppy, but
his Australian ass is different, bro. He pisses me off how good he is.
He is. He's really good.
He's different. He's different. So you get, if you get, all right, I get, all right, San Antonio vibes. That's the only pathway to a dynasty.
If I would say Utah, if Phoenix either puts the ball in Payne's hand, which I don't think they should. I think he's a backup at that. But if they draft a point guard that's worth something that Chris Paul can mold into, because that's like, you know, when you say quarterbacks working under the right quarterback on the way out, the drafted ones that you work under and then you get put into the game, that's the guy you want to work under, is a Chris Paul, because he's the best floor general to get it done in the NBA for a very long time.
Yep.
He just hasn't been able to get to win the ship. He should have been a Laker. That shit got blocked. It hurt all our hearts to see that, but it is what it is.
At that time, it didn't hurt my heart at all.
Yeah.
I was like, dog, this team can't get any better than they already are.
Yeah. But you want to see him win, man. Like, I want to see him win, and I want to see.
Oh no, for sure.
Huh?
I said for sure.
If it were me, if they draft a point guard this year and he's given the ability to grow, then I'm gonna say Phoenix. But right now, I'm telling you, man, Utah, like you've been saying, there's something different out there in the desert.
And I think the Wade getting D Wade helps a lot. Now, with me, with Phoenix, they give me like Denver vibes. Like, I don't think Denver will ever, like, Jokic will never win a championship. And that's how I feel about Phoenix. They just give me that. They're good. They're really good. But they're just, Phoenix is like, remember Phoenix when they had Nash in them? It's the same thing with how the Nuggets are right now. Really, really good. But when the rubber meets the road in the playoffs and they need to win a series, they don't got it. Like,
hey, it happens. It happens sometimes. Look at the Mavericks. They took down a super team.
They eventually broke through. But that's, dog, Dirk Nowitzki is the 6th or 7th all-time leading scorer. I mean, damn. They don't grow Dirk Nowitzki's on trees every damn week. So
there's not that many MVPs that have won it 2 times either in a Steve Nash. So
yeah, well, yeah. But what did that do for him? Steve Nash has 0 rings. His best chance to get a ring is the fact that he's the coach of the Brooklyn ass cheating Nets. That's the only way.
I get it, but if looking at all the teams that are left right now, if I had to create a dynasty with them, it's going to be Utah, and then it would be Phoenix right behind them. Nobody in the East is done it yet to me. I mean, Brooklyn.
Oh, Brooklyn. All right, but check this out though. So we're gonna go on the assumption we're all assuming Brooklyn's gonna win it this year, right?
Oh yeah.
So next year, Golden State will be back.
Mm-hmm.
Steph, Clay, Draymond, and they still Wiggins got better, and they have Minnesota's top 3 protected pick or something like that. So, and then Wiseman will be back. Do you think with them coming back to full, I mean, we saw how Steph Curry finishes. Steph Curry was an MVP finals for damn sake as a ninth eight seed or as a 9 seed actually. So, do you think Golden State can run this shit back?
Not only do I think Golden State can run it back, I think LA can run it back too.
LA can run. So
LA's gonna get somebody.
We getting number 6 LeBron, we getting AD, and we getting Damian Lillard. Ooh,
It would kill me, but I wouldn't be mad at it. Like, I want to be.
If Damian Lillard becomes a Laker next year, I just want to say I predicted this like 3 years ago. But anyway, Damian Lillard, AD, but AD can't stay healthy. But Damian Lillard, old LeBron, and AD, yeah, they can cause some problems. So
or even Kemba Walker. Kemba Walker fits the mold because he's already on the way.
Kemba, Townie Sports, Kemba's washed.
Yeah. But I think LeBron.
Well, if Golden State and the Lakers are back, right? Is that going to stop Utah from being a dynasty or Phoenix from being a dynasty because they got? Absolutely. So it's hard.
It's hard, but I think they can contend. That's the thing is I think right now it's good for them, but I think with the steps that Utah is taking is good for them. Now, what sucks for Phoenix is they're gonna have to come up with a lot of money to keep these guys. Because I was reading that they got to pay like Mikal Bridges is looking to get paid, Ayton is looking to get paid. Ayton was the first overall pick, and he's
still a baby. He came in with Trey in them, right?
Who? Trey
he is looking to get paid because Doncic's about to get paid this summer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he came in with Doncic in them. Yeah,
he's looking to get paid. A lot of these guys looking to get paid. So that's the thing is you got to keep the right players there that the ones that you can grow, and if some have to leave, you got to find the best replacements.
That's true.
So Ayton's gonna have to get paid. Like
that means they're not holding on to Chris Paul. So this is like a one and done year to me. If Chris Paul don't get this chip this year, Chris Paul gonna be playing for Brooklyn next year too.
Nah, he'll be like, "Fuck it, I'm going with Bronny." Everybody.
That's what he did. It. Go play with your homie, dog. Damn. Dog, he knocked LeBron out the playoffs. How dare he not come play with LeBron? He gotta go back up. He gotta go back. No, but look for $100 million though.
We were fucking promised a super team of LeBron, CP3, Carmelo Anthony, maybe D Wade, and possibly Chris Bosh. So Chris Bosh say, "Hold your horses. I am not going to the Hall of Fame."
Nah, Chris Bosh got blood clots. You gotta chill.
Sign your shit over to the wife to run it while you're in the NBA 1 year, and let's have it. I want to
listen. Melo, it's got to be Melo and Dame Dollar got to be on the phone together. Like, look, I know we like it up here in Portland, but let's go on down to LA, bro.
Dame, just like the J. Cole skate, you know why I'm here.
You know why I'm here.
You know why I'm here.
David Lillard about to apply pressure. A J. Cole line. He about to apply pressure next year when he comes to the Lakers. Just saying.
Especially when they got rid of Terry Stotts, because you knew that's probably going to be the end of Dame in Portland. I don't want to.
And you saw how J. Kidd, he was like, "I don't want to be a candidate for the Portland job no more," because Dame was like, "Nah, bro, don't come up here. Don't come up here. I'm coming down over there."
Yeah, it's crazy, but we'll see. We'll see what happens at the end of the season, man. Hopefully Brooklyn loses, and hopefully somebody outshines.
Stop saying hopefully. It's not gonna happen, bro. We talked about it last show. It's over.
I mean, we got to see LeBron lose,
bro.
Mavericks, man.
They beat these boys by 40. Milwaukee. They beat Milwaukee by 40. Then they beat an 8 seed. They beat Giannis Antetokounmpo by 40.
Yeah, they did.
After I saw that, I didn't even watch that game. I just opened up the box score and I was like, "Whoa!"
I don't watch any Brooklyn games.
I was like, "By 40? Oh shit, it's over."
Oh man! All right.
If I had any doubt before, it's over now.
Let's wrap the show up, man. We're gonna get all off topic talking about these stupid ass Nets. So we're coming to the end of the show. We do our fun segment here. Where do you go to college? It's not happening today. Today, since Julio Jones has gifted AJ Brown his number 11 and switching to number 2 now that a lot of positions can change to different numbers now, the NFL is allowing that. We decided to put together a list of jersey changes of different players that stick out to us. So
did any Jets change their number this year?
Huh?
Any New York Jets change their number this year?
I don't care about any of them this year.
Hey, my boy Jalen Hurts, he said, "I'm not number 2 no more. I'm QB number 1." Darius Slay went from 24 to 2 as well. So I want to make sure I keep y'all posted on the Eagles stuff.
I'm sure we've got 3 of the same, but we can rattle down. You want me to go
We just
first?
gonna have fun with it, why we like our favorite jersey changes. That's all.
So I'm not gonna go in any particular order, but so the first one I have is Michael Jordan. Obviously, he went from 23 to 45. He had that occasional 12 number in there when
That's
his
so
jersey.
that's the one I actually wanted to talk on. It wasn't the 45. 45 was whatever. It was the number 12.
Somebody stole
So
the jersey.
so we had like a family friend or whatever that played in the NBA, and I used to go visit him a lot, right? He had the number 12 Jordan jersey. I was like, bro, what is this jersey for? He was like, and he told me the story. This was like this is like 15 years ago. He told me that story. And I was like, Jordan wore number 12 against the Magic. Crazy enough. I'm like, what happened? They stole his damn jersey.
Only in Florida.
Only Florida man stole this man's jersey. And he had to wear no name number 12. I was like, oh shit. That's the best story ever.
Exactly. I'm trying to get that 12 jersey too. I know Mitchell and Ness makes one, but I'm not trying to pay $300.
Yeah, it was Mitchell and Ness. It was Mitchell and Ness.
I'm trying to cop one though.
I know that bitch is expensive.
I got routes I'm trying to take on this though. Another one is Kobe 8 to 24. We got
both
to see
retired.
Yeah, both retired. Probably the only player ever to have two numbers retired.
LeBron gonna get 23 and 6 retired.
Oh yeah,
let's keep it a buck.
Another
he got 2 rings as 23 and 2 rings as 6.
Yeah,
and about to get number 3 in the 6 jersey next year. Philadelphia got something to say about it.
My next is LeBron with 23-6. Back to 23, now back to 6. And even in the new Space Jam movie, he's rocking 6.
Because he knows
he
about to take down the Goon Squad this summer. And then we coming right back. LeBron said, my old ass is coming back. I'm 30. He about to be 37 in December.
Pause. You know who's on the Goon Squad?
A lot of people. Booker.
Dame Lillard.
Klay Thompson too.
Klay's on it.
Klay wants to come back to LA. That's where his daddy went.
Dame's got some over the summer rapport with him, man. So
Diana Taurasi's in there.
Yeah, one of the other WNBA players are in it.
Ogumake, Nigerian girl, Chide Ogumake.
Okay, another one I have, Joe Montana. We got to see him at 16. He went to 19 when he went to the Chiefs. And then my last one was my funny one. Anybody who gets traded to the Yankees, like, you got to change your number automatically because like 0 through 9 is already in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, all in the Hall of Fame. You know who my funny one is?
Who?
The man, the myth, the legend, Dennis Rodman. When my man was normal in Detroit, he was number 10, right? Regular hair, no tattoos, chilling, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then he hooked up with Madonna. Then he tried to shoot himself or shot himself or whatever in a pickup truck. Next thing you know, in the colorful hair, he was number 91. He was number 73 with the Lakers. He was number 70 with the Mavs because they wouldn't give him 69 because of obvious reasons. What's his name? Mark Cuban was like, hell no. Hell to the no. So my man went from normal number 10 to 91, 73, and 70. He was wearing football lineman jerseys after being a regular ass number 10. Yeah. That's my favorite. The favorite part of that story was Mark Cuban had to veto him getting 69. Because at that point, he was Carmen Electra. He was dealing with this, wedding dresses. My man was all over the place. So
he's still all over the place, man.
Still, he be hanging out with Kim Jong-il in North Korea.
You got any more? Or is that it? That was your funny one.
That was my favorite one. It was a Robin one. I mean, the other ones, the Jordan, the LeBron, the Kobe's, those were the obvious ones.
Yeah.
It's like you can't beat those.
Yeah, I wish like shocker ones for me too, like Shaq changing numbers.
Shaq wore 32, 33, 34, 36.
Yeah. Olajuwon when he switched it up, and then I remember Patrick Ewing killed me when I saw him go from 33 to 6.
Listen, when in the 90s and when all those big time players were playing for and the big men too. Like when Olajuwon was playing in Toronto, that jersey was just weird to see. When Ewing was playing Orlando, I was like, what the hell?
Sonics.
I'm like, what the hell is this shit right here? And then Shaq Yo, every time I see Shaq in a Boston Celtics jersey, my mind just can't fathom. I'm like, what the hell is this man wearing this jersey for?
Even the Phoenix Suns or Cleveland was
The Phoenix one, he had success with Phoenix. He made all-star team with Phoenix.
he did. When it was win a ring for the king, it was just another thing. I was like, yo.
But Boston, I was like, what the hell is this? You weigh like 415 pounds.
It was like Rajon Rondo talking shit about the Lakers, and then finally he signs with them and wins the ship.
Like, right, and then my boy, my boy, Allen Iverson, he was wearing a Memphis jersey, a Pistons jersey. I was cool with the Nuggets. Because at that time I was the biggest Melo fan anyway. So I was like, oh, AI and Melo, I was cool with that. But then when he was in Detroit and in Memphis, I was like, all right, I was like, bro, this is not gonna work. And then he was in Greece or Turkey or whatever. I was like, no. I need that number 3 back. I need that Philadelphia number 3 back because this shit is weird now.
Yeah, it's gonna be looking like when I look back at Melo's career and I got to see him, Denver, New York, and then he had the stint with OKC.
No, I want to get that Rockets jersey. That's what I want.
Well, what pisses me off about the Rockets is like how bad they always wanted him, and then they didn't use him. I'm like, why would you do this to this man?
No, I was like, bro, why not try?
And then the Atlanta Hawks, when they traded him there, they made him that honorary jersey.
If we can find an Atlanta Hawk Carmelo jersey, I wonder how much that would go for.
I can get one made, but
it wouldn't be official. It wouldn't be official. Rasheed Wallace played one game for the Atlanta Hawks. I want to get jerseys where like it was like they were only there for like a week. Like, all right. That was like my stopping point before I got to the other team.
Yeah, it was somebody else. I think Pau Gasol did too. I can't remember if he did or not. No, somebody else did. That was like,
you might be right about Pau Gasol actually.
Yeah,
he had a small stint.
I think he was drafted by the Hawks and then
he was drafted by the Grizzlies.
Was he?
Yeah, he was
by the Hawks and then traded the draft rights.
Shit, I mean, he could be right. I mean, I know Luka and Trey, but you know, they never they never played for the team.
There's a bunch of kooky things like that, but yeah, like having that one day jersey that you played there for, and then
I want that Rasheed one.
That Rasheed one.
I want a Chauncey Billups Boston jersey too.
That was who drafted him though.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, yeah, let me go get that one too.
All right, let's wrap it up. So
hey, listen, if y'all into like sports memorabilia and stuff, A-Rob got all the cards and all the damn
I got no cards.
Hats, jerseys. He got all the cool shit. So y'all ain't gonna see A-Rob.
Hats and jerseys for sure, man. But cards, I used to have a bunch, and some asshole at a card store, I brought him the whole thing. And he was like, dude, these have no more value.
Oh, and yeah.
Look at him now.
Yeah, no, I'm pissed off. I lost a lot of good cards, bro.
All I got is this right here.
Hey, don't be showing people that. They know where you live, dog. Don't show them that.
Need to get that appraised though. But all right, let's wrap up the show. Twitter @fair_weather_pod, IG the Fair Weather Podcast, YouTube the Fair Weather Podcast, Facebook the Fair Weather Podcast. Wherever you subscribe to podcasts, you can listen to the audio of us there as well.
MySpace, like I've been saying for years now. What else do they got? AIM, chat message, all of that stuff, man. Make sure you subscribe, hit that subscribe button, follow, like, share with your best friend, share with your side piece, share with your mistress, take it to your parents. We're going worldwide. Paraphernalia is coming soon. We're about to have posters and stuff. We going worldwide, guys. And shout out to my boy, famous Los, aka Loso's Way. I've been seeing my boy doing all these battles and stuff, man. He killing it. So shout out to Los.
Download his single too. We'll promote it.
All that stuff. All right. Hey, shout out to the NBA and the NFL and all this. Shout out to the MLB for all these cheating ass players. Shout out to the Bolts because we doing things. And shout out to USF for winning the regionals and College World Series. We advancing. We about to take down Texas. Let's go. And if you got anything to say about us, come see me. You know where I live. Peace.